Now, if I told you that you could get started in wildlife photography with a professional camera, a prime telephoto lens that gives you enough reach to get close to wildlife, all for about £500, most people would be a little dubious. But actually, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Tom Mason here, back with another video, and you're joining me on the beautiful Havergate Island. The sun is out, the island has been fantastic over the last week. I haven't really created many videos because I've been busy doing camera traps, remote cameras, stuff that's taken a lot of my attention, and I haven't wanted to distract myself making videos at the same time because, of course, images are always my focus. But having had great weather, made some images that I'm super proud of over the last couple of days, I thought on my last evening it was a perfect chance to come and make a video and talk to you guys about a budget photography setup that can get you started, because I hear so often, I can't afford to get into wildlife photography. It's okay for you with your Z9, your Z8, your 600mm, 300 2.8. This is all too expensive and I can't get it started. Well, no. 2025 is an excellent time to get started in wildlife photography. Gear is largely cheaper than ever, especially if you go used, like I'll be showing you tonight. You're getting access to professional kit at a much lower price. So yeah, I thought I'd bring you out and we'd go after making some images, and I'm going to shoot the whole evening on the budget setup. All the images you'll see are from the camera that I'm talking about, and yeah, hopefully we're going to have fun and make some great pictures. But I'm going to get down there, get settled in, and then show you what I'm using. Right, so he's just popped in the grass on the edge. He's kind of preening at the moment. I can't really get a good view. Hoping he's going to come out onto the track in a minute. But it's a good time to talk through the camera that I've got tonight. So this is the Nikon D700 that, you know, back in the day, I was absolutely stoked to get my hands on. When it came out, it was just such a powerhouse. You got a 12 megapixel full frame sensor. It doesn't sound like a lot, but the image quality that comes out of this camera is exceptional. And if you just want to print, you know, like A3 pictures, put pictures up on your social media and stuff like that, it's easily more than enough. It really is. You've got professional build quality that you don't see on some modern mirrorless cameras. Beautiful, massive optical viewfinder, makes it very easy to compose, and just the ergonomics are fantastic. It's pro built, it's weather sealed, durable. You know, my one of these that I had lasted me for years. I shot so many pictures on it, and actually I'll put some up now so you can see some of the past work I've done on it, because, you know, it is a camera that I used for, well, probably about 4 or 5 years professionally, and it really was just an excellent tool and it never let me down. Yeah, and it's just so good. And the fact is, this one here I picked up for £168. That is bonkers, really. That really is mental that you can grab it for that. Now, lens wise, I've got the Nikon 300mm f4 AFS. Now, I have talked about this lens in the past. It's one of my favourite lenses of all time. It is gorgeous. The optical quality and clarity is phenomenal. You get that f4 aperture, so the backgrounds, the fall off is really, really nice. The prime performance is something that you're just not going to get on kind of entry level lenses, especially not sharpness like this. And this lens, well, this lens I purchased from Wex second hand for £280. That is, yeah, really a phenomenal deal. And the thing about this lens as well is that it's still applicable today. The reason I actually have it in my kit is a very useful like tele macro when you're working with very small subjects, because the close focus is like 1.5 meters. That makes it just very, very good for a variety of scenarios. It's also very lightweight and easy to carry with you. And the reason I kind of picked this setup is I think it's really nice for someone who's getting started in wildlife photography. If you're going to go out and shoot, walk, enjoy beautiful landscapes and nature reserves, you want to walk around, you want to get started, well, this is a pretty handy setup to have. You know, if you're just going out with the family, everything like that, it's not going to be super cumbersome and tie you down, but it's going to give you image quality and performance that outperforms so many other cameras and stuff that's even modern and brand new. It feels great in the hand, it balances very well, and the image quality I know is exceptional. Now, To make this kit even a little better, you know, like 170, 280, or around the kind of 450-ish mark. But you can also grab yourself a 1.4 teleconverter. And the great thing about this lens is that it is compatible with teleconverters that not many lenses in the 300 price range are. Now, if you're getting started in wildlife photography, you think to yourself, I'm going to grab a teleconverter, check before you do, because so many lenses, you know, that are kind of entry-level models won't work because they don't have a recessed kind of element to put them between. So actually, I've got the 1.4, and whilst I've got a minute here, I might just stick it on because I've got loads of light, and this just drops me down to f5.6. That's still very bright compared to many kind of entry-level lenses that people buy. And I know I'm not doing this perfectly. Yes, I know people are going to comment about it, etc. But I'm on the floor and there's a hair. I don't recommend you do it like that. You should cover it. But yeah. Now, we can get back to taking some pictures. But yeah, whole setup for about £550. Professional camera, professional lens, and a teleconverter. And you know, if you want to save a bit of cash, don't buy the teleconverter, and you've still got great setup. Or you could switch the teleconverter out and buy something like an 18 to 35. I think they're 4.5 to 5.6 lenses, and then you've got an all-round kit for wildlife photography, landscape photography, general photography, and it's still in that ballpark of 500, 550. That is excellent. And yes, this camera's got a few marks on it, a few scuffs, but it's actually in remarkably good condition. I picked this up from Wex. It was like an 8 or something like that. The lens was a 9, and really, it looks phenomenal. It's literally brand new. It doesn't have any scratches or marks on it. The foot doesn't even have any like marks or scratches on it. And I actually use this in my kit. So I do use this on my Z8 and my Z9. Because it's got the internal motor, you can still use it with those modern cameras. That makes it an excellent lens to pick up if you're getting started, because you can upgrade with it into the future. That's rather cool. But right, I'm going to see if I can sneak into a position. Now, another benefit of this little setup is it's so much easier to crawl with. You can just hold it in one hand. It's like moving along. It's really nice. I'm used to my 600, but on my 300 2.8 are much bigger and harder to move with. But this is super easy. It makes moving position a little bit nicer. Right, it's just tucked in on the side, so I'm just gonna wade it out a little bit. Not too worried about timing. As you can see, the light is super harsh. I've probably got about another hour or so until we get to good photographic conditions, but just kind of monitoring where everything is so that when we get to the time that the light's looking good, we can start making some good pictures. But yeah, there's another hair up there. Certainly just stab myself with some gauze there. I am super close now. It's like full frame with a 300. That is absolutely wicked. The other one's just eating the gorse here to the side. That was nice. They're kind of pushing further into the gorse, and I don't want to disturb it. Well, that was rather good. They really did put on a show, those two. I've definitely got a few nice portraits there. And you can just see what you can achieve with this sort of lens. Patience, understanding your subject, knowing how to get into a position. That's what really gets you a wildlife image. And you know, when you can pick up a setup like this for 500 quid, there really is no excuse not to get out there and start making some pictures. I'm just going to look now the other way over the ridge, see if there's any backlit ones. It would be really nice for the portfolio. I mean, I've got tons, but yeah, and to show in this video. But the D700 performed absolutely perfect there. And the 300 f4 just made such beautiful, clean background. It's why I always recommend a higher quality prime lens. Yes, it takes more work to use. Yes, it's harder to get in position. And yes, 300mm might sound a little short to some people, but when you know how to position yourself and get yourself in that spot for that image, there's nothing that beats that prime performance lens on those final images. But oh, that was rather good. There was one right by the cabin. Let's go this way. I know which one this is. It comes and visits me in the daytime and has been sat on the solar panels kind of underneath them. It's really nice. I'm hoping he stayed in the shingle, because that would be a bit of a different shot. He's going to be just around this corner. Oh, you are. Oh, perfect. Right. This is an interesting shot even for me. Well, that was pretty good. It just went straight in front of me. Got a whole host of shots there, a couple in front of the cabin. Now he's over here, just chilling out in the gorse. That's really quite nice. Oh, the light is still excellent. The hares have come out for you guys tonight. Some of the nights this week I've struggled sometimes, but this, they must be enjoying this blissful evening. And it being my last night, they've probably all come to say goodbye, I would have thought. Right, I'm just going to run over to that ridge. Now this is one of the reasons I love Havergate. Being able to get this close to hares is absolutely phenomenal. And earlier this year, when I was running my course here, my workshops, my day workshops, every single day we had moments like this where people were getting super close to hares and getting some great pictures. Right, well I've climbed up onto the little ridge. Now this looks directly into the sun, so I'm trying to shield my eyes a little bit. Now over the next 20 minutes as the sun drops and I lose the light, this could be one of those perfect situations where today there's no cloud on the horizon. I'm going to get sun right till the last minute, meaning hopefully I'll get one of those really low sunsets, and that red light running through the grass for like kind of backlit shot would be awesome. Can't see any hares out in the grass in front of me. Now that doesn't mean they're not there. I've often kind of been in position and they've popped up even really close to where you are. So I'm going to hang around here for the rest of the evening and fingers crossed maybe get something a little bit special. I can't complain. Already had such a great evening out with the D700 and the 300 f4. It's been totally nostalgic and great fun. Hopefully these shots will come out really nicely. I know some of those were really good ones and some really nice clean portraits, beautiful light in the gorse. That's all you need for a good wildlife image. And you know, for 500 quid, you really can't complain. A prime lens f4 that you can work all the way down into low light, a full frame, professionally built camera that gives you great quality images, you know, excellent rugged build, ergonomics, lovely to work with. It is a super camera and a great investment if you're getting started. I will put a link in the description for the actual kind of lenses and camera that I've got here, so you can find out all the details. But yeah, certainly worth it. And if you're just getting started in wildlife photography, seriously, spend less on the gear, invest in a budget setup like that, and get out and make pictures. Seriously, spend the money on traveling to places, you know, even just taking the time off work to spend more time out in the field. It's going to benefit you so much more than just kind of plucking for the latest and greatest cameras. The experience of being out, the enjoyment of being out and being close to wildlife is what wildlife photography is all about. And I love the fact that nowadays, on a budget, you can get started with a professional camera that you are going to make so many great memories and images with that you will just get the bug, and wildlife photography is all you're going to think about. But right, I'm going to hang here and I'm going to call the video and end there so I can concentrate as the light gets super good. I am still going to shoot the 700 for the rest of the evening because I'm loving the nostalgic vibes. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. You know, what do you think about these kind of budget setups, options? Hopefully you found that useful. If you do have any questions, of course, drop them in the comments. Be more than happy to get back to you about anything wildlife photography related. And I know so many of you who watch these videos are not subscribed. It really helps if you do subscribe, so please click down there and join the channel. But until the next one, guys, get out there, grab your camera and go enjoy some wildlife, because on an evening like this, what else could you possibly be doing that would be more fun? And I'm seeing some hares. Oh, yes, they're literally running around on the track. Oh, if they come a bit nearer in the next few minutes, this could be awesome. But right, I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll see you soon.